guest from the industry who is very well known in Pune and interiors of Maharashtra. He really doesn't need an introduction. Someone who is very active in social media, and I believe he has played a very important role in last 1.5 decades for some of the leading brands in consumer durable trade. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sanjeev Math.
Thank you.
Mr. Rao, as I said, he has worked very closely with you.
That's correct.
And I think knowing him for last 1.5 decade or 2 decades, personally, when in our study, and we believe that he has played some of the very important role in some of the leading brands. And currently, he is managing, I believe, Maharashtra and Goa for the a brand like Panasonic, which is a multinational brand and a very active brand, I suppose.
Yes, definitely. That makes me feel very good when I see boys like him who have grown up really well in the industry today and have taken such responsible positions in large companies like Panasonic. So I think he's done a very good job. Well, it's thanks to themselves for what they have done.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjeev, before we take these things forward, just to give you a brief, the whole idea behind EFF Times is to bring the industry together. As I said earlier, in our informal chat, we want the traders, manufacturers, the various other aspects of people who are involved in the trade, especially the professionals, the various top level executives, who are behind the, a camera, I would say, and they have been executing the company projects and plans. That is what the whole idea is. And we are really honored that you have taken your precious time out and over here. So with this, I'll over to Mr. Rao for some of the business related questions, and I'll come forward again.
Okay. So Sanjeev, you have now been with Panasonic for how long? I mean, you were from BPL, you moved on
after BPL, I moved on to Samsung for 10 years.
Okay.
BPL was there for 4 years. After that, Samsung was a long time, 10 years. Then I moved to Philips Electrolux, which was a new venture.
That's good.
That's where I was there for 4 years. And 4 years has been in 3 years almost in
Panasonic. Okay, wonderful. So it's been a good journey. So you have moved with. So since you have worked with companies like BPL times were a little different, and Samsung when the markets were evolving, and then now with Panasonic. What is the kind of positioning does Panasonic as a brand take in the market? I mean, today you have. I mean, you really can't qualify them by countries by saying Korean brands and things like that. But there must be some kind of a market position that Panasonic must be taking in the market. So what is the kind of position and what kind of strategies do you all use to be in the market?
Actually, if you go for Panasonic is almost a 100-year-old company.
That is
will be completing 100 years. That's a big time in a consumer durable industry. Mr. Suga-san, who is our president, he says that next year will be the best year for Panasonic. And India operation has become very big for Panasonic. This has become a hub for Southeast Asia region entire. Mr. Manish Sharma, he has been now elected as the first Indian to be elected to CEO post. Very few companies have got India as an operational head. We are the one of the company where China also comes under India, except Europe and Japan and US, all the other countries come under Indian operation. So that's a big boost for completely Southeast Asia. Africa also comes under India. And Ito-san, he is our head as expert. He leads it, and Manish Sharma is the next person and the CEO. So we have got very big plans for Indian operation. Now regarding positioning, I personally feel that Panasonic, we are positioning as a premium brand. But just by seeing premium, you cannot become a premium. So we are working on that, and we have positioned ourselves after Samsung and LG as a third brand in Indian market. And we definitely talk more about products. As you are well aware, sir, Japanese company never talk about anything about pricing, only they talk about product more. But somehow we have to understand that Indian market also needs some pricing. So we have positioned ourselves in such a way in Indian market that will be below Samsung and LG, but will be above other brands. So we have taken that position as a strategy for Indian market. And next 2-3 years are going to be crucial. We have got our manufacturing plant in Dhanjar. We have got washing machines which we manufacture here, ACs which we do here, and maybe next year maybe Indian we have promised 400 crore investment for refrigerant factory. So that should be a turning point for Panasonic, because already we are doing well in washing machines and ACs, and with this investment we will be positioning ourselves as a premium Japanese brand. and we want to be a clear-cut number one Japanese brand in Indian market. That is our CEO's vision.
That is an interesting thing because you see, historically, I do remember that Panasonic had one of the earliest manufacturing units in Chennai. They used to manufacture air conditioners. I think that was the first plant that was there. But subsequent to that thing, I think the Koreans took the lead, particularly the LG, in terms of manufacturing in this country. You know, whether it is in terms of refrigerators or washing machines or panels assemblies also. So it's interesting to know that Panasonic is investing into Zen because it really says about being committed to a country in terms of manufacturing. In terms of the product portfolio for the brand, what is more, what is today applying? Is it the appliances which is taking a larger portion of the business, or is the electronics which is taking it?
If you go by the industry norms, it has now become 50-50.
Okay.
To be very precise, because AC goes under appliances as a field, and panel is growing. But the biggest thing which has evolved in recent times is appliances have started growing by multi-fold in Indian market. So if we go by it as a brand, we are still not present in direct cool and Frosty. So somehow our turnover is more towards AC than
Washing
panels and washing machines. But the major turnover for Panasonic, 60-70% comes from panels, and AC is a big thing for Panasonic. I think so. It's one of the biggest turnover for Panasonic. And then we have got a washing machine which has recently picked up in a big way. We have got almost 11% market share. We are very close to Whirlpool, and we should be able to beat them in Diwali this time. So which is a big achievement because Whirlpool is a 10-12 years old company, and
they are known for appliances.
If you go by Maharashtra figures, I already beaten them. But if you go by all over India, we are still 4% to catch.
Okay.
But I think so they will be able to catch with this new lineup of washing machines.
Okay, very good. The other interesting thing that which I have been seeing in this thing is that the market is evolving in terms of different kind of formats. So you have regional chains, you have the modern retail like the Chromas and the saying, and what is the trend that was started? I see that the brand store seems to be a very important part of the Panasonic strategy because I see a significant amount of stores being opened up. In fact, I see from your Facebook account itself the number of stores that are being opened up on a thing. How does the brand store fit into your strategy, and what do you think it adds value to your investment?
See, what happens is obviously the market has been divided into various segments like RRs and ORs. But the problem when it comes to OR is that OR is not present in rural market in a big way, and RR is also not present in a big way because in rural market still I personally see in consumer durable 60% business comes from rural market, and that's why CEO also Manish Sharma is also agreeing to that. Major part business comes from rural market. So the best part of a strategy which we have worked out is that if we open a B class or a C class or A more than a multi-brand. A multi-brand will never give you the entire profile or will not display the entire range of Panasonic. And we just don't manufacture TVs and fridges. We are into telephones, we are into security systems. We are almost present everywhere. What you name it and we are there. So brand store is an ideal strategy for a Panasonic brand to showcase its entire range. And that is the only place where we can show the entire range to the market. So it helps us in a two way. First, it gives a positive impact to the market. It tells about the entire range to the market. And second thing is that it gives a boost to the other trade partners. Panasonic is manufacturing so many products which I am not aware about, and I cannot keep in that my store because it is impossible for me to keep it. So if the inquiry comes, he also starts selling. So there are two benefits of increasing NDWD. One is you look at a brand shop store in a different way. It's a way of marketing the product. And second, you think that he is going to influence the other trade partner also to sell the brand. So that is the reason we are focusing more on brand shops as a company strategy.
So in a place, for example, in a state like Maharashtra, how many brand stores do you all have, and what kind of share does your brand stores give of your total business that comes to?
Sir, if I go, we have got the highest numbers of branch stores across.
That's correct. I think it's even probably higher than LG.
Yeah,
also.
yeah. And I know, I don't think that they're higher than me, but I feel I got 35 branch stores.
Okay.
And more 10 are coming this in next 10 days. So that will take my store to 45. But we have got various types of store. It is not, we call it branch shop. One is called branch shop, which is A class. So where we require a square foot of 1600 to 2000. Then we require 1200 to 1400. We call it as a P4, which is a smaller part of branch shop. And there is one econ shopping, which the talks only about ACs.
Okay.
So that put together, the number is coming to 45.
Alright.
So which I feel that still 10 can be adjusted. So I want to make it somewhere close to 55. But now 10 are coming up, and I think so in my entire contribution, 20% is coming from branch shop.
20%.
20% is coming from branch shop.
Which is, yeah, that's a good thing, and I think so. So your strategy on that seems to be working, because if 20% of your business actually comes in from that, and so do you see any significant this branch shop selling your higher end products, so that or is it a general across all the products?
No, they sell across all the products. But one thing what happens good in a brand shop is you are able to sell the product on its features. Because a brand shop guy doesn't have anything other to sell.
Right.
If you go by our older days also, even BPL had that strategy.
Correct.
But when we did not implement it in such a larger extent, because the market that time was not so vibrant like it is now. Now the demand of the market has become such that now we have to increase the brand shop display, try to sell higher value products at this brand shop, and the same time we have to see that the footfalls of the brand shop also goes up. Means at least the brand recall value after the customer walks out of the brand shop should be positive about the brand. So I take it in a two way how the brand shop works for a brand.
Okay. The next question that I have is that today the markets are growing, and while a certain amount of the markets behave a certain different, because urban markets are predominantly driven by a certain amount of replacements and the thing. But we also understand that the rural, the secondary towns are really the markets which are driving growth in this country. What has been your experience in Maharashtra, and how does your brand perceive the importance of the B and the C category towns in this market? Because a lot of your expansion seems to be happening in that region.
Sir, the best part about the B and C is we are here to do business, and the business is that we need an ROI, and ROI will only come from a rural market. With due respect, the urban market and rural market, we have to divide into two categories. Urban market will always be more demanding because of the lifestyle we have, because of the choices we have, and because of the cost also involved in being in a urban market. And the rural market will always have its own cost effectiveness. So if you ask me as a strategy, as a company person, or as a person who understands this business, or any senior person, veteran people like you, sir, we are here to give profit to the organization. So if we want to have profits, we have to go to a rural market, because that market is also having a disposable income.
Yes.
And the second part is, now with the digitization taking place, a lot of money is there with the upcountry market. So if we don't take use of that money, some other brand will take it. So I look at urban and rural in a different way. Rural market, the sale is going to increase. As of now, the cost is low. In maybe few years time, the cost will go up. Even that will be a bit heavier for company it will hit their profits. But as of now, rural market is still profitable compared to an urban market. And the second part is that the sale of rural market has increased tremendously. If you go, because those people are now started getting money, whether it's from agriculture, whether from business. If you go to Ratnagiri, there is mango which is started picking up. You go to Nagpur, there is orange which is taking there. You go to Pune, IT industries there, and I personally feel that these markets have picked up in a big way, whether it is Kolhapur, whether it is Ratnagiri, whether it is Nagpur, whether it is Aurangabad, whether it is Nasik, which has got vineyards, grapes is there. So this market have tremendously grown over last 10 years. What used to be in early days that we used to have very few people in a rural market who used to sell products, and they used to have a plot. But now the market has started evolving. Big players have started entering this market. They have started putting good showrooms. The showroom size has increased. The customer's choice has increased. Customer wants variety. He is ready to spend because he has got money, and the land prices have started going up, so they have started minting money. Yes, and the money started being there in the market. So rural market is evolving in a big way, and I personally feel it will overtake or at least be on par with an urban market in next 5 to 6 years. At least main towns. I'm not talking about the interior part of rural, but at least you can see a significant change in Nasik, Kolhapur, and Aurangabad, Nagpur.
I think we see you spending quite a time over there and traveling to all these places.
It's got two ways. I enjoy traveling, and second time I get time to go to nature, which is not possible in a city like
But
Bombay.
you also have an entry barrier also when you get into rural markets, particularly in terms of after sales service, logistics, and a whole lot of other things. So the effort is probably double than that of
as you rightly said, rural has got its own challenge. That's where your reputation comes in handy, that if you have done something good for the consumer trade partner, he realizes this guy is going to give his best try, then you need to really work on it. It's not that you go to a rural market and sell a product and come out, because you need to have a service backup. I am fortunate that I work for companies like Samsung, BPL, and Panasonic, which take so much interest in after sales service. So it's not that I find it hard. The only thing I need to do a follow-up. I need to give them the support, and that by God's grace I got good bosses, from starting from you to all other bosses to Manish Sharma sir. Samson also was, Justi sir was there, so he was also very helpful towards me. He gave me a lot of affection like you gave me, sir. And I'm fortunate that I got that type of support also.
Wonderful, very good.
Coming to brand promotion and commercial, and part of our review process, and we are also reviewing some of the commercial ads. I'm sure you must be able to recall good old days. BPL had Mr. Bachchan as one of the brand ambassador, and we see Panasonic is very active on the, whether it is Bollywood or the sports stars. I think you have 2-3 Bollywood.
We have got Ranbir Kapoor for Viara, Katrina Kaif for appliances, and Varun Dhawan for mobiles.
Right.
Another important aspect, Sanjeev, in fact, before you coming here, I had a long chat with Mr. Rao. Today social media and digital media is playing a very, very important role. We have seen across the business, brands and companies are very active. They want to communicate, and the young, especially the young lot, is very largely connected, with that medium. And during our study, we should be able to share with you that we analyzed, you are one of the professional from consumer durable industry. I must say that one of the first few who has been very effective and actively able to share a lot of your business moves, a lot of your day-to-day proceeding. I'm sure that's down the line contributing to your business aspect as well. How do you see the importance of social media and digital media in today's scenario?
See, social media is here to stay, and its digital media is also going to be there. And youngsters are now on YouTube, they are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn also there. So I personally feel the internet has changed the entire generation of younger generations, what we call them. We were not so fortunate that we had that type of internet. Absolutely. So we are able to have that bonding. The youngster will not have that bonding which we have. But still I don't give them, I don't blame them. It has actually helped them also to gain knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. So I look at the positive side of all this social media. Now, how do you use it for business is a completely strategical thing which an individual person has to decide. I always believe it is up to individual what he wants to share with the public and what he doesn't want to share. There is a thin line between sharing everything and sharing only business moves. I personally believe you should share only your friend moments and business moves. Other things are left to between friends only. So It's the way people look at social media.
You have been traveling extensively. We see you Mumbai to the interiors of Maharashtra, then Goa, and these two territories you are covering extensively. How do you de-stress yourself? What do you do yourself?
I used to play cricket once upon a time. Now we are lost. I cannot go back now. So obviously, age has started taking a toll. But I watch a lot of movies. I have put a video in my car. All my cars have video in the show. I watch all types of movies. I am a big movie fan. I am very interested in what happens in the film industry.
Okay.
I am a big fan of Amitabh Bachchan. So wish you all the best, and I definitely feel it will be one of the best things which has happened to the development industry.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev, and wish you all our best wishes for the festival time ahead. And we hope to catch up with you further in the coming months with the season sales or maybe Diwali sales with latest updates. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev, and all the best to you.
Thank you so much.